Hi folks, this is John with the Wingman 115 channel. I thank you so much for checking in. Um, this is an unannounced live broadcast. I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if anybody pops in, but I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of do a pre-shot show. So I only have the ability to go to SHOT Show for one day this year because of work. I'm going to drive out from San Diego on Wednesday night, get to SHOT, hopefully by the time it opens Thursday morning. And just want to give you guys a little idea about what my goals are this year for SHOT Show and what you guys would like to see. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Hi, Chris. How's it going? Yeah, one day is going to be rough. That's Wolfpack Woodcraft checking in. Thanks, guys. But I like SHOT Show. This will be my fourth year. It's a chance to drop forward survival. Hey, how you doing, bud? It's a chance to see old friends, a chance to see some new products, and report back. You guys know that I'm not a huge booth review guy. I like interviewing the people at SHOT Show. So hopefully this year I have a couple interviews lined up. I really don't want to disclose them as of yet, just in case the bottom falls out, because people are going to start flying out on Thursday to go home and things like that. But as of right now, I've got probably 3 or 4 interviews set up. So it's going to be a pretty busy day. Plus, I'm going to try to stop by the Tops booth. They're just a big supporter of the channel. Hey, Jack, how you doing, buddy? And I'm going to go by Air Force Air Guns, talk to Rick Ward, get him on camera again, because I just love what they got going on. Full Moon Prepping, hey, how you doing? Just talking about air guns right now. We're going to cruise by Air Force Air Guns. I'm going to try to go by Crossman. There's a new Benjamin that's coming out, and see what that's all about. And supposedly Crossman's coming out with a high pressure refill pump. Just the only thing that scares me is probably the price tag on that. So we're going to check that out. And if there's any new items, the ooh and ah, we're going to try to get them on video for you guys. You guys know that I just started getting back into relic hunting and metal detecting. Have my Garrett. I'm going to stop by the Garrett booth, talk to those guys, see what they got going on, and just we'll play it by ear. But tonight, I wanted to hear a little bit from you guys. And given that I've only got one day, maybe a day and a half, I might sneak in Friday morning. Probably, if anything, I blow out of there by noon. That way I don't get home late because I have to work the weekend for the day job. But if you guys have any idea on cool stuff or people, I'll try to make it happen. You know, the sky's the limit. That's the cool thing about going to SHOT. You just never know who you're going to bump into. And every year I kind of say it's like the serendipity tour. You just, seems like everything just happens for a reason and it rolls out. And it's just super fun. But it's all about working for you guys. You know, I want to go out there and represent the community. If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask folks, Mid-Tennessee Outdoors. Hey, Patrick, how you doing, buddy? I know that, you know, a lot of folks can't make it out there. So if you guys have any questions for Joe Flowers, I'm going to get down in the Condor booth again. Hey, shoot me a message in the comments down below after the video post. That way it'll say, you know, it'll come up. Let's see. Canterbury, if he's there, new Carbon Garberg coming out. I'll try to stop by there. I know their representative for Mora. Her name's Darby. I'll try to cruise by their booth. I just did a review on the Moras. I did a shootout on that. So if you guys want to check it out, you know, after this video, of course, go back. I think it's only like 3 or 4 videos back. Really great, nice. But actually, the Mora booth, I believe, is really close to the Condor booth. I'm going to write that down. Mora, and it's the 1095. I think you said Garberg. So that's on the list. I know that I've been posting some stuff on the Tops fan page, and there was folks expressing desires about, you know, when is the Brother of Bushcraft folder coming out and things like that. I know that it's been in the testing and T&E phase now for probably, I want to say 2 years. Gosh, I think 2 years ago was the prototype that we kind of leaked out at SHOT Show. I don't want to speak for Tops, but I know that they don't want to put product out for sale if it's not 100% ready to go. So who knows? Maybe it is, and maybe they're just you know, getting enough stock that when it hits, that they're just going to take the market by storm, because the Bob folder is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. I'll probably wind up picking one up, playing around with it. But stuff like that. If you have questions, I might stop by the Nightcore flashlight booth. They emailed me direct and requested that I stop by and see them. Said they had some new stuff that they wanted to share with you guys out there. And we'll see. You know, if it's just the regular ooh and ah tactical flashlight, then I'm not going to waste my time. But if it's just a kick-ass, something new and innovative, then we'll turn the camera on and we'll talk, you know, and we'll introduce you guys to the product and the people over there. Air Force air guns, I'll be hanging in the booth for a little bit, talking to the folks over there. I'm going to try to get Ton Jones on video this year. If you guys don't know, Ton Jones is a big air gun aficionado, and he also had a show. I believe it was like the Storage Wars or Storage Locker Wars or something like that. And he's quite the animated character. So if I can get him on camera, we'll talk for a little bit. If you guys have any questions for Ton, let me know. I'm going to try to lock down Matt Graham again and meet up with him. He's always fun. Last year, we did a bow drill fire on the floor at SHOT, which kind of scared folks, you know, that the fire marshal might be coming around. But that's just the stuff that I love doing there, that you just never know what's going to happen when we turn the camera on. Of course, with Joe Flowers, things get crazy all the time. I think Rudy Reyes is going to be there again this year. I don't know if I'm going to have time to try to hook up with everyone. Hey, Freddie St. Clair, how you doing, bud? From Florida. I know that it's just like a whirlwind, but Thursday, things start to mellow out a little bit. I know that Tuesday, well, Monday's like media day, range day, that always gets a little crazy for the people that get invites, and hopefully one of these years I'll be able to get an invite, go out to range day and do some hopping and popping out there and introduce you guys to some new hardware. And then Tuesday it officially opens, and it's just like Disneyland for big boys and big girls. And usually by Thursday things are starting to wind down a little bit. A lot of the big deals and the movers and shakers have already made their deals on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then now people are in the groove, and then by Friday everybody's just burned out from talking nonstop. But we're gonna load up the car, get off work Wednesday at 5:30. Full moon prepping. Umarex has a 25 cal gauntlet coming out. Let me see, 25. I'm gonna write that down. 25 cal gauntlet. I like Umarex. They make some good stuff. I have a Hammerly 850 that is just outstanding air gun. I love that air gun. I just wish that was a high pressure air rather than CO2. But I have a 9-ounce paintball tank on that. But I digress. I'm going to load up the car, get off work about 5:30, get home, do the old school military combat nap, try to sleep, hopefully till midnight. I live in San Diego, so it's about a 6-hour drive, and I got to put it on cruise this year because last year I got stopped for excessive speed, but the police officer was really nice. Bruce, how you doing, buddy? He says from chilly upstate New York, getting ready for winter camp. Hey, appreciate the support. Matthew, am I going to Blade? I would love to go to Blade, and I have an invite from a knife maker out there to hang out after Blade to kind of go to South Carolina for almost like a week-long bush camp. For me, it's just logistics. The VSO Gun Channel, hey, what's up? It's just logistics. I would love to go to Blade because the majority of my videos are knives, and I am just a knife freak. Like, I'm going to show you guys one right now. And this is from Dogwood Custom Knives. This is their fish and fowl blade. Just look at that. Dan Eastland just does an awesome job with this. Just a beautiful blade. Look at the mirror finish that he puts on that knife. Just beautiful. And I've known Dan now for a number of years, and he studies the craft. I mean, he does a lot of culinary blades for restaurants around South Carolina, around Atlanta. I mean, he does some good work. Comes with a really nice custom leather sheath as well. Make a great fillet knife, steak knife if you're camping. We're going to turn this into a review, but that's going to come soon. I'm still doing the logistics on that one. I just love Dan Eastland, and I would really love to go to Blade. We'll see how that's going to work out. It's logistics. I need to start planning now because hotel rooms are going to fill up quick. Make sure if you see me walking around that you say hi. Shoot me a private message, and I'll give you my cell phone number so we can meet up, and we'll make it happen on Thursday. A lot of stuff going on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of folks that have smaller channels have gotten an email from YouTube expressing concerns that if they're under 1,000 subs or if they have less than 4,000 hours of watch time in a year, they're going to lose their monetization. I know a lot of people are freaking out about this and such. I just want to give you folks some encouragement to say, hang in there. I've been in your shoes. I've been doing YouTube since December 8th, 2006. And YouTube's changed a lot back then. YouTube, it was before it was owned by Google. And back then, it was kind of like the Wild Wild West. But they really didn't tell you how to become like a preferred channel to be able to get monetized. You kind of had to petition them, and then they would review your channel, and then they would decide, and sometimes they'd let you in, sometimes they didn't. It depended on your content and how much video content you uploaded in a certain time frame. All I can say is that there's definitely a method to the madness. YouTube's changed a lot since 2006. The viewers demand more now than ever before. Back in the day when we first started, I was just basically posting backpacking trip videos and camping videos and stuff like that. That's originally how I got into YouTube. I was an adult scout leader, and I was talking about, hey, I'm going to post our camping trip on YouTube. And somebody goes, well, why don't you start posting like gear reviews and such? They go, because you do these demonstrations here at scout fairs and things like that, and you're okay talking in front of people, and why don't you just start posting stuff like that? So I started posting some video reviews, got okay response from it and views from it. But what I liked about YouTube when we first started out was the community. The community, we were all like family. You know, everybody knew each other, and you know, it was just like almost like a video version of like the forums. Like you would go on like Bushcraft USA, for instance, and people would talk in a forum. Well, what I really liked about YouTube back in the day was being able to do video responses and link them to videos, which was really cool. And it just created, I think, a really tight community. And with that community, I mean, there's a lot of good friends that I made over the years. And my encouragement to the smaller channels out there is, one, just try to figure out the main reason why you're making videos. Is it that you're trying to go full-time, be a full-time YouTuber? Is it that it's a hobby and you just like sharing knowledge, or you're a reviewer and you just want to review gear in the genre that you're comfortable with, whether it's outdoor gear or, you know, sports equipment or whatever it may be, electronics, whatever it may be. Because I'm here to tell you, you know, right now I'm looking, I got a little over 32,000 subs. We're not getting rich on this stuff. Even the bigger channels are hurting. I'm lucky if I make 180 bucks a month on the stuff, and that pretty much covers gas for the mobile YouTube studio, the Jeep, going up to the mountains, some camera equipment every now and then, because I try to just pump whatever I make right back into the channel to improve the content. And while I'm talking about that, advice for the smaller channels content, make relative content that you're very knowledgeable in, and try to do the best work that you can. Try to tell a story if you can visually, and make it entertaining and have fun. That's the main reason that I do YouTube, is just to have fun. And you know, even if you have a small channel, you have a voice out there. You guys do. And everybody has a story to tell and something to share, and we can all learn something from everybody. And I respect you guys. And if there's any way that I can help you guys, give me a shout out, you know, on my social media, whatever, hey, shoot me a comment on any of my videos or message me direct, and I'll do the best I can to support the community. Because, you know, the only way that our community is going to survive, and I'm talking about like the outdoor community, is if we help each other out. Because right now, like, I went camping on Wednesday, and I brought my nephew with me. He's 28. I brought my son-in-law. He's 33. And then around the campsite, it was the geriatric dream team out there. And if we're not encouraging and training the younger folks and bringing them into the fold, then I'm sorry, the old man's club is going to die off, and nobody's going to be watching any of this stuff. So I'm here for you guys. I'm here to support you guys. I appreciate all the support that you've given my channel over the years, and there's a lot of you out there that have, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And I try to work hard on every video. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we don't get it right, but you know, I'll do my best to help as many folks out as I can, because that's the only way I'm going to grow as a person. I'm going to grow as a channel, and just keep fighting the good fight. And let's if you guys have any questions here, let's post them up. I'm just trying to watch stuff real quick as it's popping up. And there's a lot of like words of encouragement and things like that. Let me see here. Let's go to all. Mountain Man, he says, I'm a little late, but I'm here. Hey, that's cool. We have to figure out a way to get the young guys out in the woods. We do. Here's how you got to do it. You got to make it fun. When I went out on Wednesday, I brought a flint and steel kit with me. So I told the guys, hey, let's just hang out and camp. We'll play around with the flint and steel. Let's see if we can all get a flint and steel fire going. And, you know, we all had some adult beverages. We kicked back. We had a good time. We had a chance to talk, men, you know, in the camp. And I think me as an older guy, it's important for the younger guys to see, you know, us teaching skills to them and the knowledge and maybe passing on some of the old stories. And then they're going to pass it on, hopefully, I'm going to knock on wood, to their nephews, their sons, their daughters, and things like that. Hopefully, that's my goal. You know, like they say, if you want to change the world, you got to start with one person. So, you know, pick a buddy, pick a friend, take them out. My son-in-law, when he first met my daughter, it'd been like the first time he had ever been out in the woods, you know, and that's not knocking on him. It's just the way now that society is, that especially in the city, that you know, a lot of folks don't go out to the woods, or they're afraid to go out to woods because the fear of the unknown. You know, there's not Bigfoot or a Yeti behind every tree or a cougar up in every tree, even though I've seen mountain lions up there. But, oh, a neat story too. I'm getting sidetracked. But I go up to Mount Laguna. I got some buddies up there. It's on the east county of San Diego. It's about between 5,500 and 6,000 feet, and they have a store up there. And I've known the store owner, John, for a long time. And he had a trail cam that was at near Lake Cuyamaco, which is probably about 15 miles away. And it's near a water source. So the trail camera, you see 4 cougars drinking out of this water trough that they're using for cattle. And I'm like, oh crap. And these things have like a hunting distance of like 100 miles, 150-mile rad, right? So they can get around. And then his next trail cam pic was just this huge cougar that had this coyote in its mouth. The neck was just broke. It was just lopped over, and this cougar's carrying this coyote, and I'm thinking, that freaking yote's probably 50 pounds or more. And that cougar just snapped its neck, and it's carrying that. So it's like, that plays in my mind. So in some of my videos, a lot of times I conceal carry out in the woods because sometimes you just never know who's going to walk up, especially in California. They get all freaked out. Then there's a lot of times when I go by myself that you might see a sidearm on some of my videos, just for that reason, because in that area, I want to say in the late 80s, there was a lady that was climbing Cuyamaca Peak, and she had gotten attacked, and a cougar just hit her right in the back of the neck, and it was game over from there. But you know, like I said, just getting the young guys out in the woods and all that stuff. But with all my sidebar conversations, let's get back to SHOT Show. Is there anything or any questions you would like me to ask Joe Flowers, Craig Powell from Tops? Hopefully, if I'm able to hook up with Matt Graham, I'm going to shoot him a text and try to make that happen, do the man on the street reporting. Michael Hawk is going to be there. I'm going to try to get an interview with Hawk. We both talked about meeting at a certain time, but he's also got to catch a plane on Thursday, so it might just be a quick. We're running like the Avis car rental thing and going through the airport, and we're doing an interview there. Chris says, "Oh my God, can you grab me a Hellion?" I wish, because I really love those blades. So if there's any questions on stuff, let's see. I would like to learn more about Bark River CPM1V. Well, I don't know if Bark River is going to have a booth there, but Chris Tanner will be there from Prepared Mind 101. And maybe I'll shoot Chris a text and see if I can't interview him about his Bark River knives. Now, I did a review on the Vengeful one. I ain't gonna lie, that is one big piece of steel. So maybe I can get a hold of Chris and maybe see if he's got anything going on in his little Skunk Works laboratory with Bark River. So I'm gonna put that down about Tanner and Bark River. I'm making notes here as we go so I don't forget. But I didn't forget about the 25 cal air gun, the Mora 1095. I believe it's the Garberg. If you have any questions about any Condor stuff coming out, I'll be more than glad to ask Joe Flowers and the gang over at Condor about anything. Could I swing by Emberley Stocks, the new field of water purification if possible? And Chris sent me a Just X in his first giveaway. I hope you liked it. Water purification, a couple times I was at SHOT, I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 booths on water purification. And I'm going to be honest with you, it looks so hokey that if I was to interview or showcase these items, you guys would go, "John, is this like the Home Shopping Network?" You guys would laugh me right off YouTube. There was a couple that I was like, "Hey, yeah, your product looks cool. I'm going to try to get back." And, you know, had to do the curly shuffle to get out of there. Patrick's wondering where Blade Show is. Blade Show is held in Atlanta every year, is the hub for Blade Show. So that's really close to you being in Tennessee. You know, you could probably be there in a matter of a few hours. Chris says, we don't have any water to purify in San Diego. It's got that right. We're hurting. Let's see. He's 4-hour drive. So Patrick, get a media badge and jet on down the highway. 4 hours, dude. You're there. You can cover the show for me. You can be my man on the street and we'll do live shows. Full Moon Prepping says the Vengeful one is a damn tank. It's a big knife. It is definitely a big knife, but I love that steel. You know, Bark River makes some awesome knives, and the quality of their blades is just outstanding. One thing I liked about all the Bark Rivers that I've had a chance to handle, and if you follow along on Chris's channel at Black Rifle Survival, we did a guy outing, and I suggest you go over and check out his channel there, where me and our friend Jaime showed up in the mountains. We just had a day just chilling, playing around with the bows and stuff. And they had a couple Bark Rivers on there. And one thing I noticed was just the handles. And I'll show here. The handles, just like this blade, were so nice. You could not catch your nail on the micarta and the liners. It was just all one piece. It's just beautiful. And just the workmanship was just outstanding. So the Bark River, I mean, they make some awesome stuff. If there's any other knives that you guys would like to see also besides the Moras, the Tops, I don't know if First Edge has anything else. They haven't reached out to me yet this year. Maybe they'll shoot me a text that shot. I don't know. I have been in contact with Ryan Hoover. He's the one who makes the HR1. Basically, it's a self-defense karambit knife for First Edge. He's going to be back at shot. Maybe I'm hoping. It's a big plate to fill. But hey, Freddie, take care. You have a good night. I'm going to be out there hustling all day long. So we're going to bring water bottles. We're going to bring Cliff Bars. We are going to be just hopping and popping all around shot. I'm a man on a mission. The good thing is that, let's see, can you find out when the Tops Hatchet Hammer Hawk is going to be released? I can. I will ask Craig Powell personally. Does K Bar have anything new? I don't know. I'd like to. I would like to stop by and talk to Ethan Becker. Last year, if you guys follow along on the channel, Ethan Becker showed up at our condo that we Airbnb'd, and we did a live show about knives, and I was just in awe. One, Ethan Becker was a hell of a good cook, and he is the author of The Joy of Cooking. He also is a cordon bleu chef from Paris. A lot of people don't know that about Ethan Becker. And it was just fun after the show was over to stand around, shoot the breeze with Mr. Becker. And he talked about the old days. He originally was into rock climbing and did a lot of stuff for Royal Robbins. And I will definitely, full moon, I will try to get by K-Bar. I wrote it down. And I definitely got to buy me a few K-Bars to mess around on the channel with. The only problem now is just time. So sometimes, I'll have 7 or 8 items waiting to be reviewed. And because of my work schedule, I'm only able to get to the mountains maybe one day out of the month. And a lot of times when I go, I'll go out there and I'll try to film as many videos as I can. Normally it's like a 7 or 8 hour, like in the woods, just straight production. And, if you guys with the smaller channels, we're just a one-man guerrilla film studio. Every once in a while, like Christopher from Black Rebel Survival has come with me, and he's been my cameraman, helped me set up shots, and I've been a cameraman for him when I'm not like doing shameless photo bombs and stuff on his videos, and I just do that playing around to keep it lighthearted. But you just try to shoot as many as you can. I do have the home studio set up, and I need to use that a little bit more, but I like to use the gear out in the field. You guys deserve that. I know from years of doing reviews, as a person that watches YouTube, I don't like tabletop reviews. I just don't. I like seeing gear being used. I like seeing it, whether it's a knife and it's like for bushcrafting, to be out in the woods, cutting with it, chopping with it. I know you guys like batoning. I hate batoning with a knife, but I do it for you guys, and things like that. Archery videos I got coming up. 2018 is going to be a great year for us, and I mean us because, like I said this before, it's a partnership with you guys. You guys are like family. I highly suggest that if you're on Facebook, join the Wingman Crew page. It's a forum where you can post stuff. Right now we have about 100 people, 110 people, and it's kind of chill where we're just kicked back, and it's mostly feels like family. We keep it, my rule is no politics in there. We're just going to keep it fun. Let's see. Chris goes, keep the drone video footage coming. It's cool to see. Thanks, Chris. So I highly encourage you guys to join. Great videos. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Thank you. Amen, brother. I believe it. Thank you. We could all use more blessings for sure. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys. You want to be part of the Wingman crew, part of the family, come on over, join that, post up, be part of the process, you know. And like I said, if you got the smaller channels, I'll try to do whatever I can to help you out. I know this is running on about 35 minutes. I don't want to make it a marathon where we're repeating ourselves, but if there's anything that I can do for you guys, as far as, you know, if you want me to look at your channel to see how I could help you, I'll try to do that. The biggest thing, let me see if I can find the book. We're live here, folks. I highly suggest that if you have a small channel, more archery and air gun videos. I'm glad you said that. Hold on one moment. You guys get to see me in my shorts here. I'm off work. I'm off duty. Just kicking back. We are going to be testing this out real soon. This is the Air Force Airguns Talon P, and this is a 25 caliber, and this is a bad Mamba Jamba. Now, I just took it out to the gun range. It was raining last week on one of my days off, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go out to the gun range, and I got her sighted in. And this bad boy, I ain't gonna lie, she is a tack driver. So my goal is, we're gonna take this out, my game call, and we're gonna head out and see if we can't smoke us a coyote, because when I went camping on Wednesday, there was like a pack of 20 coyotes running around up there in the local mountains. And we're gonna be outside of the rec area, so all you sad Sallies out there, stand down. We're gonna be outside of the rec area in the national forest where you can legally hunt, and we're gonna try to call one in close enough, under 50 yards, and we're gonna let the big dog eat with this. I think that's gonna be a fun video, so look for that coming up in the coming months. That's lined up. Let's see, I tried to add the Wingman 115 group league, but it won't let me post the website to live feed. Yeah, if we could do that after, Chris, I would highly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. This is the book I'm talking about right here. How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck by Steve Stockman. This right here is a basically film school in, let's see, 247 pages. For, how much did it cost? For $13.95. So let's round it up. For 14 bucks, you basically get a film school in a book. This has been the best help for me when I was struggling as a content provider and I was looking on how to improve my craft. This and my buddy Andy Tran from Inner Bark Outdoors. If a lot of people don't know Andy Tran, he went to college and he has a degree in film. He went to film school and he is a professional cameraman. And he helped me out a lot in regards to color correction, story, just everything. Now, I don't know about you guys. See, I'm going to give you my trade secrets here. Normally I charge $29.95 for this, but for you guys, I'm going to give it to you. So, let me find something here that that I've already done. Okay. A while back, I did a video on the Sly Steel Skeletech bushcraft knife. Here's my show notes for that. You gotta have some sort of storyline, how you're gonna lay out your video before you just head out and start shooting video. Every TV show, every movie that is ever shot, every commercial, every short, even like the Vine videos are all planned out. You have to have some sort, I'm not going to say script, because I don't go off a script. I'm not that type of guy that can do that. But you have to have talking points, and look at the talking points. Nothing worse than doing a review and say, well, I'll get the specs to you later. It just tells your audience that you don't know what you're talking about. So if you have your show notes there, even if you say, hey, I'm going to look at my show notes real quick, it gives you a little bit of credibility and professionalism. Learn how to do B-roll. And B-roll is like those cutaway shots, like when you're talking and you're doing voiceover. Just little things, maybe transition shots. Hey, Patrick, have a good night, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's Patrick from Middle Tennessee Outdoors. Awesome guy. He's been around on YouTube for a long while. He's old school alumni. Respect, brother. Yeah, just practice like the B-roll. Look at commercials. That's the best thing. One of the best things that they said in here. Commercials tell a story in 45 seconds or less. And a lot of times, a lot of people create, he says he's old. Me too, brother. I'm dinosaur. But a lot of people will do a 25 or 30-minute video that could have been done in a 8-minute video. Just, it was a lot of fluff in there. And, you know, you want to go look at your analytics, your watch time. Tex Grebner. Are you going to show people how to be a shill tutorial? I love you too, Tex. If a lot of people don't know Mr. Grebner, him and I have this relationship where we just give each other a hard time. He's an old school YouTuber as well. I mean, Tex and I have been around since YouTube probably turned the switch on. Solid Snakes on here. Hey, yeah, here we go. I'm not going to repeat, but he calls me Scoutmaster John. I'm not going to repeat that text, but we're having a good time tonight. I don't know how much longer you guys want to go. I'll talk for a while longer if you want, but you know, if it starts getting boring here, we're going to pull the plug. Now, tell a story. That's what you want to do. How are you going to convey your story? You know, think about the lighting. Think about how you're going to set up the shot. If you're doing a video, say, on this pen, how are you going to show this pen? How are you going to tell a story about this pen that's going to be interesting, that's going to be engaging to the viewer? Maybe it could be some sort of life experience that you've had, a funny little story to go along with that. Maybe there's some photos that you could share with that. Also, with the B-roll, a lot of my videos, you'll see like the product, I'll do a cutaway and you'll see the product up close, and then I'm pointing out details of it. And that's what I'm talking about on the B-roll. It just adds a little bit of more meat to the whole pot. Let's see, you were talking Solid Snake and then doing a train to hunt event this year. Hey, that would be pretty cool. Solid Snake channel, check him out. He is a friend of my channel. He's one of the smaller channels. He needs your help too. He's this close to hitting a threshold with YouTube. So let's see if we can't push him up the hill so he can hit that mark before the deadline. Grebner does the train to hunt. Now, for folks that don't know, train to hunt is like a archery Tough Mudder. And I have a video on my channel that Grebner did, and he let me borrow his video, and I showcased it on the channel of him doing train to hunt, and he talks about it. Really cool. He's been trying to talk me into doing it for a while now, but I did a bunch of Tough Mudders, and about 2 years ago, I just started getting like just crazy into running and all this stuff. And with my day job, I work about a 10-hour shift and I'm standing on concrete. and I was running close to about 400 miles that year, and I just messed up my Achilles tendon. And it's been 2 years, and it's still not 100%. I mean, I really, I jacked it up. But here's some of the stuff. There's a 3-timer. There's a 4 to 6. So I've done 5 of those bad boys, and I love doing Tough Mudders. And Grebner threw out that he wanted me to do a train to hunt, and we could go mono e mono. Let's see, brother does the outdoor show in South Dakota. I'm sorry, just stuff's popping up. But I think the Solid Snake channel, that would be really cool if they have a train to hunt event near you, and I think there's one in Pennsylvania that might be close enough to you that Grebner goes to. I'd like to see you and Grebner go head to head at the Pennsylvania one. That would be freaking uber cool. And basic train to hunt's just badass. So if I could ever get my leg 100% again, where I don't do permanent damage to it, I might try to do it. And that way, hopefully, if I qualify, we could meet Grebner at Nationals and just have a good time. Because if it's anything like Tough Mudder, Tough Mudder, it isn't about who gets across the line first. It's about just survival and helping everybody across the line. The team effort. It's kind of like what I'm talking about tonight, helping the smaller channels if I can. It's a team effort because we're all in this together. He goes, I'll probably get smashed, but I'll be there. Dude, you can do it. And you're a good shot too, so, you know. Half the battle is, and Grebner will tell you, that if you don't score on the 3D targets a certain score, you got to do a ton of burpees. And this guy right here doesn't like doing those burpees, man. It's, I don't know. I'm not into that stuff. But we'll go back. Oh, Solid Snakes is trying to get his sister to come on out. She's a good archer as well. From what I've seen in the videos that he's posted on his channel. And I mean, you guys asked me if I could go to Blade, but here's the thing. There's so many things that I want to do. Like, I have a passion for archery. And you guys can see over here, you know, I got a ton of bows over there. I got bows everywhere. You know, it's just crazy. I would love to go to ETAR, and that's the Eastern Traditional Archery Rendezvous. It's at Denton Hill, Pennsylvania. I would love to be able to drag Grebner's ass out there, meet the crew that I know from the community on YouTube, and just go out there and just have an awesome time. Strap a GoPro, whatever, on us, and just, you know, have a great time. And but that's right about the same time as Blade Show. So, you know, here's the thing. I get 5 weeks vacation. Mama gets 3 weeks vacation. If I want to be married, this year it's going to be 32 years. I got to spend a little time with Mama as well. So that's the secret for these long marriages. Mama got to get a little time. YouTube gets a little time. And then we try to figure it out in between. But, you know, let's see. We're at 48 minutes. Rapid fire. Quick. We're going to go to 50 minutes and we're going to pull the plug. If you have any questions, anything you want to see at shot, leave it. Once this goes after the live, leave it in the comments below. I'm writing stuff down, and I'll do my very best to do it. And if you have a question that you want me to ask, Matt Graham, let's see, God, I can't even think, it's been such a long day. Joe Flowers, Craig Powell from Tops, all those guys, Michael Hawk, post it. I'll try to include your name in the question. Hey, my viewer, Mr. X, has a question he wants to know, blah, 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 blah. And I'll give you a shout out as well. The name of my Facebook group is Wingman 115 Crew. I also have a Wingman 115 page, but I'm kind of shying away from that, going to the Wingman 115 Crew, because that way everybody can post stuff on there and everybody can see it and we can share it, and it's a community. You do a request, Shillman115. Thanks, Grebner. I love you too. He means no harm. I love him to death. This way we can have a dialogue. On just the Wingman 115 page, we can't do that. So you put in a request, I'll go over and approve it. We keep it no political BS, just fun stuff. He goes, he means all harm. All right, folks, we're going to wind it down. I thank you folks for sticking with me for 50 minutes. Thanks for all the thumbs up. All you little channels, hang in there. Be tough. Get the book. And if there's any way I can help you, shoot me a message. I'll do my best to help you out. This is John from the Wingman 115 channel. Take care, and we'll see you at SHOT Show. Good night, everybody.